Welcome, beautiful downtown Cancun, Mexico. I like to call it Universal Studios. I'm David. This is Warriors of Light Astro Tarot. I don't know if you can see it. There's like a small parrot just across the street caught my attention. Squirrel! But what I wanted to do was read from a short story I wrote. It's kind of like a longish prose poem, really. It's called America Trips on the 4th of July. And this is not like over somethings. Involves a personification of America, actually putting a tab of some really clean acid under her tongue and tripping balls. Just a trigger warning. I'll just read this for you guys. It's not that long. America starts to feel the tab of acid she'd put under her tongue kick in, hoping for a revelation or at least a few moments of surrender. In her mind, now weirdly crawling with bizarre, insane thoughts of such mundane and profound nature, she feels as if the breath of doom is brushing the back of her neck. It tickles a little there, she feels like the breath of a lover, and she presses her hand there on her neck longingly, then smiling. There's a sound to the feeling of this, a playful sound, playful like the breath of a lover on the back of your neck. It is a tinkling sound, maybe it is like finger bells. I've come unhinged, she thinks, throwing back her head and laughing out loud now. Just breathe, she advises herself wisely. All you have to do is breathe. I feel like I'm not functioning at a very high level these days, she continues, out loud now to no one in a high-pitched voice that rises a little hysterically at the end. America laughing at the understatement of it all, laughing a little too hard and a little too long. America, she can't stop laughing, but really, if you stop to think about it, it's pretty funny, right? Sometimes you have to laugh, she reassures herself, sighing heavily. She thinks a little wildly, oh wow, feels like I need to sit down and really relax for a while. Maybe out in the mountains along a stream or something, or maybe out on the ocean, or on the shore, along the beach, yes, somewhere where the waves are washing up rhythmically, peaceful and quiet, somewhere. The sort of vibe that's there, that's the ticket, just nature and peaceful and quiet. But the fantastic carnival pace of the free market capitalism and its attending political theater of the absurd demand virtually the opposite from me. It demands war, actually, lots and lots of war, continuous and unending war. America had gone her whole life, but a mere handful of years without some of that war. And even in those times of brief respite, she still had felt the breath of war bearing down upon her. She feels the full weight of it, this ponderous momentum of war that is not a drumbeat, no, not at all, rather a mind-numbing thumping, as if the elephant the size of a continent were stomping the ground next to where she is standing. After hundreds of years of this war, America feels so achingly sick of war that she can barely bring herself to get out of bed in the morning. And the noise is the worst of it all, looking all around her desperately now, not hearing that feeling of doom as a lover's playful breath on the back of her neck, and not hearing that feeling as the light tinkling of finger bells, but rather as a thunderous cacophony of millions of people, so many lies all at once, speaking so loudly and so goddamn fast that the sound of it all travels right through her bones in some painful vibration, following her everywhere that she goes. I'll go mad, she wonders. No, wait a minute. I've already gone mad. Shit, that should be obvious to anyone paying attention at all. Throwing her head back again and laughing now, laughing insanely, yes, tears streaming down America's face. That's what anyone would think, just anyone. A totally deranged woman wandering aimlessly through New York City here, laughing insanely, tears streaming down her face. This is totally normal. There's nothing to see here, so move along, just move along. But America's eyes glow as if interlit, beaming crazily like the headlights of a car on a crowded city street at dusk. She had eaten at least 1,000 mics of some really nice, clean acid, maybe an hour ago, and she is peeking out now to the max. She feels fully how lost she has been, caught up in the peace of it all, and how impossible it is to pull herself out of the narrow, noisy, metallic stream that seems to rush her along with it at ridiculously, preposterously increasing paces. She sits down on an empty bench, watching the throngs jitterbugging past her in a kaleidoscope of whirling, streaming colors, all running together in fantastical and frenzied motion. Suddenly, America, eyes beatifically closed, feels that she is merely a dove cooing softly high up in a branch under the friendly auspices of a warm afternoon sun. And she puts her head back this time, not laughing, just smiling and thinking, and then feeling, yes, I'm only a dove, sitting peacefully here in this warm afternoon sun, actually feeling the sun warm on her upturned face and neck as the nearest streetlight kicks on in the last faint glow of dusk. Ah, but the peace and stillness she craves seems such a tenuous dream, so hard to hold on to, but she tries keeping her eyes tight and insisting that the thing I am is a dove, just a lone dove, quiet and soft and real. But America can't shake that underlying feeling that is more a racehorse pumped up on amphetamines and steroids, yes, eyes lolling around in its head, nostrils flaring, heart pounding like a freight train in its chest, running faster and faster over these many decades until in the midst of an unholy cacophonous outrage of lies and commerce and slaughter, America finds herself now running flat out as hard as she possibly can run, simply to just stay in the same place. I must embrace these gaudy merry-go-round if I want to milk this trip for all it's worth, America insists to herself with a sudden blinding flash of clarity. Just embrace this for what it's worth. The wars, oh, the wars, they're so very far away, she finally decides. And the needless, hopeless suffering of these masses, well, that will wait, won't it? I mean, where are they to go? Their wretchedness now stretching, as it does, from sea to shining sea. Right now, these colors here, they are so bright, and they are so clear to me, and they are so very beautiful. And these walls, they are breathing in concert with me in some lovely syncopated harmony. And please, God Almighty, please, for just one moment in time, please, let me forget about all the abuses of men